Over here, the world's first and only dark skin activist. The reason I start all my videos off stating that I'm the world's first and only dark skin activist is because so many black people on YouTube have stolen from my original ideas and my movement and platform, which is the first platform created to fight to eradicate colorism. I started the platform in 1998 before there was social media. Long story short, I brought my platform, Dark Skin Activism is the name of it, to social media in 2010 with the first colorism channel. Went viral in 2015, and that's when black people on YouTube started stealing from me. So when I start my videos out saying that I'm the first dark skin activist, the reason is I'm solidifying my legacy and letting it be known that black folks online have ripped off and stolen from my original work on colorism and dark skin, and they're trying to take credit for it because I'm not going to allow it, and trying to assign other people credit for it. And so I just let it be known that I am the world's first and only, because it's only one dark skin activist, and that's me. All right, my website is darkskinactivist.com, darkskinactivist.com. Now, I guess this is a question really for God, and I wish God could answer me in some way, shape, fashion, or form. But this is a question that I always wonder. What is the purpose of human beings? What is the actual purpose? Why are humans on Earth? What is it that, what good does creating more human beings serve? And I think that's a question, a serious question that we should ask ourselves as humans. I think it's a valid question. What is the purpose of humanity? The reason I like to ask that question and I like to think on that question is because of the fact that I've seen human beings do the most evil. I can't really say that I see the good in human beings overall. Now, am I saying that there are not any good human beings on Earth? There are good human beings on Earth. Let me be very clear. There are good human beings on this Earth. I don't really believe that a lot of good human beings exist in the part of the world that I'm in. I just don't. From my life experience and what I have seen while I've been on this earth, I don't really believe that human beings are good and kind. I don't. And I'm making it very clear that if God decided to destroy this earth again, I wouldn't be mad. If human beings went extinct, and that includes myself. You guys, I'm a human. So when I'm saying these things, I'm talking about my own self, Rashida. I'm not, and you guys, by the way, you're not seeing the screen wrong. It is tar black. I do this purposely sometimes to make a point, talking about human beings and their evilness, the way that dark-skinned people have been mistreated. I want to push and throw the black in your face to make a point, to make a statement. But back to the reason I make this video. Human beings are the worst. Human beings, the way that we treat each other is probably the worst form of human evilness that exists, in the way that human beings interact and treat each other, which is why I wouldn't be mad at God if the human race went extinct. This is a reason why I'm anti-natalist. I don't believe that people should continue to procreate, because they're bringing human beings into hell. They're bringing human beings into misery. And I think that the act of procreation is very selfish. It's self-centered. And, there's already enough human beings on Earth. I see absolutely no reason to continue to procreate and to continue to bring more human beings into suffering. Now, I will say that I still want black men and women to get married. But I believe that black man and that black woman can be married, and that's their family. I don't think that you need to procreate to create a family. I think if you marry a black man and a black woman, marry each other, that is the family. Okay? All this stuff that we hear about generational wealth, for example. You know, generational wealth. Black people love to throw this catchphrase around. But I see black people in my city, they whine and complain about gentrification, but the house that their mom or dad or whoever left them worked so very hard for, they will sell it off quickly to an investor and spin up the little chump change and then whine and bitch about not having any money. So, we do some of the most stupidest things and ignorant things, and then we turn around and complain and whine and bitch, you know. Um, Folks, I will let you guys know that most people I just don't like. I don't. Most people I just don't like. I don't care to be. If I was a millionaire, I would literally go off somewhere where there's not a lot of humans by myself. Like, I'm the type of person, and I'm happy that God made me this way. I don't need to be around a lot of people to feel happy. And, I grew up in a household full of people, and it's just never bothered me to not be around a lot of human beings, because I knew that from day one that humans are full of drama. They cause each other problems. And it's like, what is the point? Now, I'm a smart person. I'm an intelligent person. I'm aware that human beings, we have to deal with each other, and we have to be around each other to make the system work. I'm very well aware of that. I mean, I'm not saying that I don't need other people. That's not what I'm saying at all, because I recognize the fact that we do need each other. My problem with humans is that we do not interact with each other in ethical, decent, kind, humane ways. That's the issue that I'm having. And I peeped this at an early age as a child, as I saw the interactions between the adults that were around me, and realized, oh, these creatures are not very nice. So why do I need them around me? So, I'm the type, I work, I handle my business, very responsible. I came from poverty, and I was one of those people that was forced into the world to take care of myself. I never sat there and depended on nobody to do anything for me. I get up off my butt and I handle my business, and I interact with people, and I interact with people in ethical ways, and because I know it's necessary. So I know what I need to do to survive in this world. Like I said, my mom and my dad, they were not there to support me and help me, but God gave me the strength and the will to figure out, okay, Rashida, you either gonna sink or swim, and you need to get out here and handle your business. And it's an innate thing in me to understand that I gotta do for myself, and I went out in the world and I did it. That said, I know how to interact with people. But if it's up to me and my choice in terms of because people interact with people generally because of the need for survival. And I'm talking about economic survival. In our modern world, we have to go to work. We have to pay bills, and so that means you have to have decent interactions with people in order to do that. But if I was wealthy, I would divorce humans. I would not be around people. I would go off on my own and mind my business and live a quiet, peaceful, minimalist, calm life. Because I notice that when I keep to myself, which majority of the time, that's what I do. Like I said, unless I have to come outside the box and go to work, and deal with people and interact, I will do that. And believe me, I'm going to deal with you in an ethical, humane way. But when I'm done working, and when I'm done having like I said, work to provide for myself, I am to myself. I don't go to parties. I never have turned up. I don't go to clubs. I don't do any of that stuff. I don't care to do any of that stuff. It's not fun to me. I don't enjoy it. You understand? I made a post on my Facebook about I would never date or marry a person that smokes weed, and people became offended by that. The reason why, and I don't care if people are offended. I could care less. This is my life, and it's my opinion. You know, you don't have to like it. I don't need your permission to state what I'm saying. But one of the reasons why I said that is because humans, in my interaction with humans that have smoked weed, their breath is bad and they act erratic, and I don't like being around people like that. I like people that are of sound mind. Um, and I'm not talking about people that have like a mental illness. If a person has a mental illness, then they need to go get some help. You know, you need to, if the help is there and being provided to you, it's your responsibility to get help. But I'm excluding those types of people. I'm saying, in my experience, I have dated men that have smoked weed before, and I don't like being around them. The slowness of thinking, you're not clear. I can't sit and have a rational conversation with you. Bad breath. I don't like to be around that type of element. I'm not interested. And it's, I don't have to be around it. So I dismiss myself. I remove myself. You know, if you want to smoke weed, that's your business. But if I see you smoking, I'm going to leave. 9 times out of 10, I ain't going to even say nothing to you. I'm out. Do you. But humans get angry because sometimes they want to make you be around things that you don't want to be around. Because that's what I'm saying. Human nature is of trying to have everyone behave in a certain type of way. And I'm not interested in that. Maybe this is something that I don't want to do. Maybe it's not an attack on you as a person. It's just I don't want to do what you're doing. So what I do, instead of me having an argument with you, I'm the type, I'm going to walk away from you. Now, don't follow me now. Now, if you follow me with your bitch ass shit, that could be a problem. Let me walk away peacefully. I try to keep the peace. But again, that's another reason why I wouldn't be mad if humans went extinct. Because humans, because they want to force their will on you and make you be a way that they want you to be, sometimes they won't even let you walk away in peace. But that's why I'm saying, if I had the means and the wealth, I would not say one word to anybody. I would dismiss myself from being around most humans. Now, and I probably would more than likely not live in America. I would probably go somewhere on the African continent, because I do believe that people on the African continent have been less influenced by inhumane, indecent behavior. I'm not saying people on the African continent are perfect. That is not what I'm saying. I just think over in the West, a lot of people have just been tarnished, and they're cancerous and they're toxic, and it's a lot of toxicity over in this part of the world. It's a lot of brainwashing in this part of the world. It's just really not my cup of tea. But I happen to be born and bred in America. But this part of the world and the way that people behave is not my cup of tea. And I really don't enjoy being around people in my free time. I don't enjoy being around people. It's only like a small select group of people that I might want to interact with. Like, I'm talking about on a very personal level, where this person is, I could say, my friend, and I don't consider people to be, I don't really consider myself to have quote unquote friends. That's a very strong word. You have to really prove yourself to me as a decent human being for me to say you're my friend. And I'm proud to say I don't have a lot of friends. Associates and acquaintances, yes, but friends, that's a whole different ball game, because I feel that most people are simply not worthy. Now, again, does that mean that I will go around treating people in a disrespectful manner? Absolutely not. I'm a very humane, compassionate person. I don't mind helping people. I will interact with people in a humane way in my daily interactions But most people I don't like, and I don't want to be around them. In my own personal time, when I'm not working, when I'm not out here in survival mode trying to make a living to pay bills, I am not interested in being in around a lot of people, because they bring drama, trouble, problems, and it's always problem after problem after problem. It's not about solutions, and I'm a solution oriented person. So my thing is this: if there's an issue, if you bring an issue to me or a problem to me, I'm gonna listen to you out of treating you humanely. But I'm also gonna say, okay, what are we gonna do about this problem? And if I find that a person is unwilling to solve the problem and they just want to, continue the perpetuation of the issue of which they're complaining about, I have to dismiss myself. Also, I find a lot of people to be very rude, nasty, ignorant, racist, darkest, and the humans behave in this way, and they're very unapologetic about it. They're very unapologetic. They don't say, "Well, I'm sorry for behaving in this manner." Humans will treat you in a racist fashion, and they know that they've been racist to you, or that you make them aware, and they continue to proceed in that fashion, never trying to correct it and never saying, "I'm sorry." Okay? Not just racism. Humans behave in a myriad of ways that are inappropriate. Racism is just one. Darkism. You have black people that will not like you because you're dark. I've suffered that my entire life. They never came to me and said, "Well, I'm sorry for calling you black and ugly. I'm sorry for mistreating you because, to me, I thought you was black and ugly and not worthy." They never said, "I'm sorry." They just continued the maltreatment. Okay? They never took accountability for the maltreatment. So what I do with people like that, I've learned to not expend my energy on humans. I've learned to just say, okay, this is the way that this person is. Now, if they're doing something to me like racism, if I'm in a workplace and someone is breaking a law in terms of, or not just in the workplace, but if I'm in a capacity where someone is enacting discrimination against me and it's illegal, then I will take legal action. I will file a lawsuit. That's what I do. I'm not going to sit here and have a argument back and forth with that person. I'm just going to simply say, okay, did they violate the law against me, and let me file a lawsuit. But like I said, humans are, in my humble opinion, God's absolute worst creation. And I can't understand, I'm trying to understand what was the point and purpose for ever creating humans. Like, I'm trying to understand why God didn't just leave the animals, the trees, the soil, the natural environment absent humans. I'm trying to understand, why did God decide to create human beings? Because I'm a human being myself, and I'm sitting here saying most human beings I simply don't like or want to be around. And I'll give people the benefit of the doubt. I will get to try, if I see that you're making a sincere effort, I will. Sometimes I'll try to get to know you. But if I see that you on some bullshit, it don't take me long to see if people on bullshit. I'm going to dismiss myself. I ain't finna argue with you. I'm just going to ignore you and move on. Because my time on this earth is short, and I don't have time for your bullshit. I don't have time for none of your racism bullshit, your darkism bullshit, your whining and bitching and complaining bullshit, your evil bullshit. It's all kinds of bullshit and fuckery that human beings put out on other human beings, and they expect for other people to put up with their crap. No, I don't. I remove myself from the situation, and I found that that's the best thing to do. Sometimes I have to confront motherfuckers. Now, don't get it fucked up, but what I'm saying is, I remove myself from situations. I can't tell y'all how many times me just walking away, and that's what I would advise you to do. If you're a person that is just, you see right through people fuck shit, just walk away from them. Leave them there and they fuck shit. Leave them there and they fuckery. Just walk away from them. That's what you do. Walking away from motherfuckers done kept me out of jail. Trust me. By the simple act of not saying one word, walking away, either, sometimes I'm walking on foot, literally. Sometimes I might get in my car. I remember when I was married to my ex-husband, and we would get into arguments, and he would be doing nasty, evil shit. Y'all, I would get in my car and drive away. And at that time, my mom still had her house. And I would go and park in front of her house and go to sleep. And to this day, I thank God that I had the discipline to do that, because that kept me out of who knows what could have happened. Walking away saves lives. De-escalation saves lives when you're dealing with ignorant human beings. Just walk away. And that's why I said, if I had the means, the monetary means, I would divorce humans. I would just get away from humanity. Now, obviously, if I go to Africa somewhere, when I live in a peaceful, quiet environment that's not heavily populated, obviously there's going to still be some humans around. But I would be willing to bet that the humans on the African continent, I have faith in the belief that some of those humans are not as tainted and evil as the ones, that I'm dealing with in this part of the world. So, but I would leave. I would get my things, my little bit of possessions, sell some of them probably, and go on about my business and live out the rest of my life in a happy, quiet, harmonious, peaceful environment in nature, and not engage with all this human activity. And a lot of times people, their biggest problem is they don't realize that humans are their problem, and that you don't need a whole host of human beings around you to make you happy. I've long discovered that. In fact, it's the opposite. Humans can cause you more problems. When you thinking that, oh, I need to do this and I need to, like, for example, we have been told to, most of us, grow up, get married, and start a family. But humans are in such denial about the fact that when they start families, that's when all their problems start. When they start procreating, that's when all their damn problems start. But humans, in their arrogance and delusions and denial, will never admit that. They will never admit that that's when you're going to start dealing with a lot of problems, when you get married and start procreating. So, let me read some of y'all comments here. This is my thoughts and my feelings. Let's see. I know that some people are going to be on here disagreeing with me. Super Saiyan Jim, you're still stalking me and harassing me. How many years later? You still stalking and harassing. But I did file a lawsuit against, and I won the lawsuit against your leader. So I would advise you not to do it, because I can find out who you are and I can file a lawsuit on you for stalking and harassing. Silas the Butcher says, I don't see a purpose in humans. That's why I'm scared to birth a child who's going to suffer, who's going to suffer in life. You're right, Silas. And that's the thing. These people are having all these children, and all the children do is come into the world, and the majority of them suffer. The vast majority of them are going to go through some type of hell and suffering. But humans are so ignorant and in denial that they seem to think that their child that they give birth to is special, and that their child is not going to suffer. Y'all, humans are delusional. They're very delusional, because your child is going to suffer. Okay, I'm not saying it to be mean. I'm saying it because I'm dealing with the truth. Okay, every human I know that's been born on earth has suffered in some shape, fashion, or form, even if they were born into the best circumstances. They may not suffer from poverty, but maybe they might end up suffering from, I don't know, a rare disease, or some form of mental illness, or heartbreak. It's always going to be some form of suffering. Humans are not going to escape suffering, except if they're not brought into existence. That's the only way to not suffer. Brielle says, Brielle Knox Rage Recovery Clinic says, "Hey Rashida, I hope you had a great week. It was mediocre, but thank you very much. I do appreciate that. You also said exactly, I don't date weed smokers. Plus, you can't even be in the same room with you because of the high contact. Yeah, I can't be around them. They can't even come in my space. I'm not going to argue with people. If people want to argue with you over your values and your morals, but I'm not going to argue with you about that. I'm just going to leave. I'm going to exit the building, and you're not going to even get a chance to come around me. And some things you don't have to argue with people about. You just do it and you go on about your business, and that's the end of the story. So, there's enough people in the world that will join them in their fuckery, and so I don't know. I don't understand, why do you care about me not wanting to be a part of your smoke? I'm not interested. Um, let's see. We got Brielle also says, I don't have anything against people who smoke. I just don't like the slowness that comes with weed smokers either. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I don't like hate them. It's just they made the choice to do what they're doing, and I'm choosing that's not what I want to do. So I exit. I leave. I peacefully leave. Now, if you follow me with your fuck shit, then that's when I'm gonna defend myself. Just keep going. Don't follow behind me, smoking and blowing smoke in my face, or we might end up getting in a fight. I'm gonna be honest. I'm trying to keep it peaceful, but you gotta respect what I want, and I'm trying to walk away from you. I'm not there. I'm not gonna engage and argue and escalate it. I'm gonna walk away, but don't follow me, because it could escalate if you do. Silas the Butcher says, I vape, but that's it. I don't party though. I don't even, honestly, I can't even tell you what vaping is about. I don't do none of that stuff. Never have. And I've had a very hard life. Like I haven't done anything. I just feel and keep moving forward. Brielle says, I want to move to Africa as well. It's so crazy because YouTube and other platforms always try to show bad videos about Africa and try and discourage us from moving to Africa. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Humans, that's the evilness of humans. Over in this part of the world, they want to make it seem like this part of the world is the best living. It's not. There's other places on the planet that may be better. So, but that's all a part of humanity. Why would you lie and misconstrue and present an image of a place to people when you know that there are multiple sides to it? That's the point that I'm making here. Human beings are just something else. Brielle also says they will never convince me to not move to Africa. Me either. Carry On says, Carry On, I don't have much patience for you and your bullshit this morning. I don't need you to come on my page telling me, please keep our interaction respectful. You are coming here to my page, and I think you do want trouble with me. This is the bullshit I'm talking about with human beings. You're sitting up here pretending that you want to come in peace when really you have an agenda. Just like the Europeans did the Indians. They pretended that they wanted to come in peace to the Indians, and they done killed millions of Indians. This is what I'm saying. Human beings are just, like, I would not care if God made human beings go extinct. I would not be mad at all. Not one bit. Let's see. Brielle's also says, I don't have friends either. I agree. I only have associates, not friends, to be honest. I don't want friends. I'm a good person, but I don't let people close to me. A lot of times when you have these so-called friends, this is another thing that's bad about humanity. They're not really your friends. They want to get close to you to do bad things to you, to mistreat you. And I'm not saying everybody, y'all. I'm not generalizing. But a lot of these people that want to be your friend, I don't experience this. This is how I know. They are not truly your friends. They want to use you for money or whatever they trying to look for to get out of you. It's always an agenda, an objective. So I'm not interested in having so-called friends. Like if a person is my friend, if I call you my friend, you have done some amazing shit. Like I think you're superhuman. But most people, I don't call them. I'm not a trusting person. I don't trust most people. I will fully say that. That doesn't mean I think you're a bad person. Understand me. It does not mean that I'm saying that you per se are bad. It's just that until I've been able to take time, you and I have taken time to really get to know each other, I got to keep my guard up. It's not anything. I don't mean no harm against you. That is not what I'm saying. I'm simply saying until me and a person, I can really truly get to know you. And you really truly get to know me at my core. Then might be able to say you're my friend. But if I can't do that, where I can really get to know you and you really get to know me we knowing each other at our core, I'm not going to sit there and trust you, because most people come with some type of objective. Most people want to use other people. They may not say it, but most people are looking to use somebody for something. Money, clout, and so I just don't let people come in my circle like that. I just don't. I've always been this way, and it has guarded and protected me from a lot of BS and a lot of underlying sneakiness and underhandedness that people come with. Most people are not your friend. I'm just going to tell. I know some people don't want to hear that. I know some people are looking at the world with naivety. But I can tell you right now, most people are not when you realize that most people are not your friend, you're going to make peace with yourself. Because believe me, I'm at peace with everything I'm saying on here. Because I already know the deal. I already know what I'm dealing with. So I don't have to be disappointed. I'm not disappointed because I already know that most humans walking this planet, I don't care how much I like you, you're not really and truly my friend. You're not. I don't see it that way. Okay? I'm not saying we can't help each other out. I'm not saying that I can't be a kind, decent person to you. I'm just saying I don't believe in my heart that most people are my real, true friend. That's all I'm saying. Silas the Butcher says, I've realized that if you nice people become comfortable and feel that they can disrespect you. Yep, exactly. If you try to help and give to people, give of yourself, your time, your money, they think that they can use you. They think you're stupid. They think they can play you. And, even when I'm helpful, I'm still in the back of my mind going, nope. Yeah, like I said, I help a person. I'm nice. That doesn't mean that me and you finna be best friends. It just doesn't mean that. It's absolutely not. And it's nothing personal against you. People need to understand. It's nothing personal. I don't have no hatred in my heart, any of that. It's just I understand how human beings operate. And I cannot sit here and pretend, oh, this person is my friend and everything is going to be happily ever after. It don't work like that. Ray says, Carrie and Thuggage will be your friend. I'm not interested, but thank you. Daryl I feel including the ones that are kin to you. Oh yeah, that's true too. I don't think that just because you're somebody is your blood that they're necessarily your family. I don't think that excludes or that limits them to being only your family. I think it's the way that a person treats you. You don't have to be blood related. It all boils down, for me, how you treat me. Are you loyal? Are you a decent, kind human being? Are you trustworthy? Good morning, amazing tribe. Yeah, so y'all, I like I said, the way I feel about humanity is I just would not be mad if humans go extinct. Another reason is the evilness that humans have inflicted onto other humans. If you look around the world, it's very clear that humans have treated each other horribly bad with the wars, with the famine, with the stoppage of resources around the globe. You got some countries are wealthy and you have some countries are in poverty. All types of brutality that's taking place, including police brutality. People are unaliving folks. People are scamming people. Even stuff that people might consider minor. Sleeping with another woman's husband, and you know that woman is married, and you know she has children, and that man should be in that household, being loyal and taking care of the woman that he married. He married, keyword married, and had kids from. You know, but you're here and you know that this man is married, and you're dealing with him causing rifts in his relationship with his wife. Stuff like that. That's evil to me. What's the point? What's the point of being a friend to someone like that? I don't see you as a good person. I see you as despicable. People that, take from others, people that steal from others, stealing people's money, taking from people, lying. It's just so many bad people in the world, to the point where I just don't even want to even look at you or deal with you, which is again why I would not be mad if God put humans into extinction. I would not be upset about that. That doesn't bother me one bit. Not one bit. I wouldn't lose 1 ounce of sleep if God said, you know what? If God came to humanity and said, I'm going to make human beings go extinct in the next 5 years, I wouldn't cry about it, be upset about it, or anything. It wouldn't bother me one bit. And I'm included in that. Mind you, I am included in this. I'm not excluded. I'm a human being. So I'm talking about my own self. It wouldn't bother me. It just wouldn't. Abby 5 says, I saw somewhere they show what humans would look like in 50 years. It was biracial mixed people from all races with all color, whether they was red-headed, blonde, green eyes, gray eyes. So a mixed future. Yeah, well, that's evil too. Because what you're saying is that means the extinction of dark-skinned people with nappy hair. So that's evil too. That's evil too. Silas the Butcher says, I wouldn't be able to forgive myself if I had a child to feel sick or become homeless as an adult. And I understand that, Silas the Butcher, but let me tell you something about that now. I would say to you not to feel necessarily guilty, because some people are homeless. Some people have had good parents that did everything in their power to give their children a good life, but it's because of the decisions that the adult makes is the reason why they're homeless, and it's not because necessarily of their parents. It's not their parents' fault. So that's the thing. This is another. I'm glad you brought that up, because it's another thing. Some humans try to guilt trip their parents for shit that they did as an adult, and they end up becoming homeless, and it's really their fault. You're an adult now, and you didn't do what you were supposed to do, and you want to guilt your parents into feeling like it's their fault. Now, if you are an adult and you're homeless, it's your fault, to me. Especially in a case where you've had a parent to actually help you to sustain yourself, and you chose not to take advantage of the help and the opportunity that you were given with that parent helping you. For example, instances where a parent has gotten a child an apartment and paid their rents. But if that child decided, okay, I got a job, but I'm not going to pay my rent, and they then become homeless, is that the parent's fault? Or is that adult child's fault? So there has to be a point in time that we have to stop blaming our parents for what has happened to us after we become an adult. You have the power to fix it. I say this, even looking at my own self. I was homeless as a teenager and partially as an adult. And yes, I could say my mom and my dad, they had some blame in that, but If I would have remained homeless as an adult, I got only Rashida Strober to blame. I couldn't blame my mom. If I remained homeless as a grown adult woman, then it's my fault if I'm an adult. So, blaming a parent for your homelessness as an adult, to me, is another reason that supports my statement, because I don't think that's right. But humans, just doing bad things to each other. The Ten Commandments. If we all obeyed and honored and respected the Ten Commandments, maybe I wouldn't even have this feeling that I don't care if humans go extinct. But humans just don't know how to treat each other. Okay? And Brielle says, my mom paid my rent for me when I was struggling. She is the most amazing person I know. I would go to war for her. I love her. Yes. Yeah, there are some parents who have gone out of their way to help their adult children, which I don't feel that if you're an adult, your parents are not obligated to help you. There's no rule that says I got to help this adult. It's if they want to. Now, if you're under the age of 18, obviously they're supposed to take care of you. But when you become an adult, your parents don't have to help you. Absolutely not. Again, another reason why, human beings are just so selfish, wanting things their way, feeling like you have to do this or you have to do that. Absolutely not. I don't see it that way once you become an adult. CH464 says, hello everyone in the chat. Rashida, I just wanted to say thank you for everything that you do. Even with myself, I realize I suffer with winter depression really bad. Yeah, that's another reason why, all these mental defects and issues that humanity go through, like depression, that's why I'm anti-natalist. Because if a person doesn't come into existence, they can't experience any of that. And that also supports my statement that all humans that are born into this earth are going to suffer in some shape, fashion, or form. Suffering from depression is something that you can't be shielded from, even with money. So you could, let's say I don't know what circumstances you were born into economically, but let's say your parents were wealthy. The money can't shield you from getting depression or anxiety. Okay. So I'm anti-natalist. I'm anti-natalist to the fullest. I'm going to remain anti-natalist to the day I die. Let's see here. Let me read some of y'all comments here. Abby5 says, Cat Williams should be able to say how he feels. I don't understand why other celebrities want to attack him when he is helping other people by supporting him. Yeah, I agree. It's two sides to that for me, Abby. I agree with you. Cat Williams should be able to say how he feels. I would never condone a physical attack against a person because they're stating how they feel. But the flip side of that is freedom of speech. If he should be able to, yes, he should be able to say how he feels. But also, there's going to be people are going to speak on what they feel about what you're saying. And so I feel it's an even exchange. So everybody is not going to necessarily agree with Cat Williams. And I'm not speaking negatively against Cat Williams. I'm looking at black people as a whole. I just feel like black people are always looking for a leader in people and anointing and appointing people leaders because they're saying something that they like in a strong, assertive way. I don't think that necessarily makes a person a leader. Okay, you agree with them, but everyone isn't going to agree or see them as a leader. I think that people should lead themselves. As long as you're not harming other humans, I think people should lead themselves. But with that said, Abby5, I definitely understand what you're saying. Molove S Music says, that's what I've been saying to my siblings. By the law, parents don't have to be responsible for any grown ass children. Hey, Mo Love S Music, you're right. That's the bitter truth that people don't want to hear. They don't want to hear it. You're right. I would have to agree with you 1,000% on that. Um, you 18, you turn 18. The laws of this land have stated that that's when you're an adult. Okay, so if people don't like that, if they say, well, at 18 you're not an adult, then if you can go out and lobby to change that law and make it, I don't know, 20, 21, for people that are complaining and think that their parents owe them something once they become what the law deems them to be an adult. They should go and change the law, up the age requirement. But as the law stands right now, if you are over the age of 18, you are considered to be grown, and your parents absolutely do not have to take care of you. You are responsible for yourself. You are responsible to take care of yourself. Now, if your parents decide that, okay, I'm going to help you, that's their choice. They don't have to. They don't have to help you. So, complaining about it isn't going to do any good. Like I said, one of the solutions is, okay, you stand up on your own 2 feet and begin to take care of yourself. Another solution is to lobby Congress to change the law and up the age to maybe 19, 20, 21, 22. Do something about it if you don't like it. Silas the Butcher, he says, do I feel I want to shield my kids? I can't. No, I got to be honest with you. No, because that's not the way life works. You said, Rashida, but don't you feel that you want to shield your kids? No, absolutely not. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. You can't shield a human being that's, once they're coming to this world, you can't stop them from the suffering that they're going to experience. You can try. You can do things to help them, but they're now part of the human race. They're here on Earth, and you will not be able to control outcomes. It just does, especially for an adult, a grown adult. Now, when children are under the age of 18, you have every responsibility to work to protect your child. And even then, you're still not going to be able to shield them. What I'm saying to you is, it is impossible to shield any offspring from what the world has to offer. It's impossible. Even wealthy people with all their money and power and wealth and influence, they cannot shield their children from experiencing suffering. You can't. You can have the want, you can have the desire, you can even take actions, but you cannot shield human beings from experiencing suffering. It's absolutely impossible. The only way to shield a human being from experiencing suffering is don't give birth, don't have them, don't procreate. That's the surefire way. But as sure as you bring a child into the world, you do not control and own that child. Let me tell you, the state owns the child, not you. The parents don't own the child. They belong to the state. They become wards and slaves of the state. So there's nothing that you can really do, except the only thing you can do is mitigation. You can do certain things, but it's not a guarantee. It's just like having insurance. We can have car insurance all day long, but having car insurance is absolutely not going to stop you from getting in a car accident. It's not. Car insurance is not a magical formula. The only purpose that car insurance serves is if a car accident happens, you have some money to fix the damage. But the car insurance does not stop car accidents Absolutely not. So no, I'm not trying to shield anybody except a child under the age of 18 because that's my responsibility. But once that person becomes an adult, I can give you some advice. I can help you. But you must understand, I'm not God, and I can't magically make things disappear. The only thing I will have control over is my procreation. If I decide not to give birth to you, then you will not ever go through a day of suffering because you're not on earth to experience the suffering. So, Mo Love S Music says, and these young people are having children at age 13 to 15. Now their responsibility has become more than self. Yeah, that's despicable to me. I think that that's horrendous. I think it's stupid. I think it's irresponsible. I think they are part of the problem. I think they're causing the problem. The people that allow this to happen are the problem. And I'm not talking about people that have been SA'd. I'm going to exclude them from my comments I just made. But anybody that's a part of creating that situation, you're the problem. You're the problem. I'm anti-natalist. I believe that people should stop giving birth because, again, I don't care how much help you have. I don't care. You must understand that your parents cannot make you exempt from having suffering. They cannot. It is impossible. Okay? The world doesn't revolve around how your parents feel about you once you become an adult. No. Once you become an adult, you have to subscribe to the rules of society. And if you don't subscribe to the rules, there's a lot of people sitting up in prison that thought their moms and dads could save them from prison. It don't work like that. If you go out here breaking the laws, acting a fool, and breaking the laws of the land, the best that your parents can do is get an attorney, pay for an attorney to try to keep you out of trouble. But at that point, you're not subject to the rules of your parents. You're subject to the rules of the laws of society and the courts and the judicial system. Your parents don't control that. Your parents don't run that. There was a judge on YouTube that thought that just because she was a judge, she was going to come in and influence the decision to keep her son from getting charged for a crime he committed. And she was, him and her was sadly mistaken. They still charged him. So parents are not God, and they're not going to be able to shield you from suffering and harm once you are born into this world. It doesn't work that way. The only way that parent can shield you is by not procreating you. That's the guarantee. If you don't bring a human being on earth, the human being cannot experience suffering. That's very basic to understand. There's nothing difficult to understand about that. You're not born, you don't experience suffering. You're born, you're fair game. I know y'all don't like to hear that. I know, but I'm just telling you the truth. We don't have to like the truth. We can be in delusion all day, but the truth is still going to be the truth. Just because you say, I don't like the sun coming up every morning, do you think the sun cares that you don't like that it's coming up? The sun is still going to come out and shine. Sun's still going to shine. Just because you say, I hate the rain, and believe me, I don't like rain. Guess what? It still rains. It's not going to stop raining because Rashida don't like the rain. So we need to understand that, by being born, every human being is going to suffer. And you're going to die. Every human being is born to die. I'm giving y'all some harsh truths that I know people don't want to hear, because that's how human beings are. Always in delusionment. Always in denial. Always want to make things the way that they want it to be. But you can't. And once you accept that you're not in control, you'll be all right. Okay? Once you accept that when you come into this world, you are not in control like you think you are, you'll be all right. Most of the things you don't, especially when you're born in America, newsflash, everybody born in America is a ward of the state. You are a slave. You're not your own. The state controls you. You're not your mama and daddy's. The state controls you. Every human being born in America is controlled by the states. Let me give you an example. Y'all. There's a law, a federal law that says children must attend school by a certain age. Guess what? If you don't put your children in school by a certain age, your ass going to jail. Tell me that's not controlled by the state. It is. Stop being in denial. Your parents don't control nothing. The state controls you. And you're going to be controlled from the day you're born until the day you leave this earth. So in my humble opinion, why bring a human into a hellish situation of being born only to be controlled throughout their whole life by the states, by the government, and then you die. Then you drop dead. You're born to die. We are born to die. Yes. Every day you live, you're getting closer to your death. Why would you procreate and bring a human being on earth just for them to die? Why would you do that? Oh, I want a family. The selfishness. I want a family. I want a family. I want a family. Nothing about what the child wants, that future of that child. It's what that person wants. I want to start a family. Or I want to go engage in the pleasures of procreation. It's all about the selfishness of the human beings that are already in existence. They don't care about the ones that don't exist and what they will have to go through. They only care about what they want at the time. It's crazy. It doesn't even make any sense. So you bring children in a world that didn't ask to be here to suffer along with you. That to me is repulsive. Again, why I just do not like most human beings. Why I cannot stomach most human beings do nothing but get on my fucking nerves. Most human beings do nothing but disgust me. Yes, I'm anti-natalist, and I'm also probably a term called misanthropic. I don't like humans. Again, do I respect humans? Will I treat them humanely? Will I break the laws of the land? I'm not going to do any of that, but I don't have to like humanity. I don't have to like humanity. And it is because of the evil, wicked actions that we as people have been engaged in, and we won't stop. Humans won't stop. Humans will know the right thing to do, and they don't care. They'll still engage in the fuckery. Another reason why the lot of human beings is just despicable to me. Well, that's a selfish reason, I think, to have children as well. CH464, you said not all, but a lot of people have kids because they think that their kids will take care of them when they get old. Yeah, have y'all been to nursing homes lately? Because I see the opposite going on down here in Florida. Y'all got to remember, I live in Florida. I see the nursing homes taking care of the elderly, not they damn kids. Let's get that straight. So to all the idiots that are having children talking about they want to have this child because they want somebody to take care of them when they become elderly, go visit a Florida nursing home and see who is taking care of the elderly. It's not their kids. It's the nurse aides. It's the nurses. It's the doctors. Not the 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 children that I had. So that's a dumb, ignorant reason to have children. Because you want somebody to take care of you when you're old. Man, if they let me come and record in a nursing home, I can disprove that real easy. A CH 464, then you definitely know that I'm not lying. Yeah, them kids will come up in there all right, smiling with some damn flowers. If the person got some money, waiting on the person to pass away so they can get the money, so they can make sure they include it in the will. I seen that too. Huh. Mo Love S Music says, here's what hurts the most: when offspring victim shame their parents. It's like they can't see the parents are stressed out by the system, and then the children come up against them on top of all of that. I agree with you, and that supports my theory of anti-natalism. That's the reason why I don't think we should keep procreating. You don't have to go through none of that. You don't have to worry about, let's say you've been a good parent. You don't have to worry about ungrateful kid that you actually been good to, bitching and complaining and whining, even though you've done your job. So yes, it works both ways. It works both ways. It works both ways. I can see both sides of the coin here. I'm very fair. I'm not like, I could see, I could feel it. I could feel everybody's pain. I told you, I'm very compassionate. I'm saying I don't care if humans go extinct out of compassion. Out of compassion for humans, to be honest. Extinction stops suffering. Human extinction stops human suffering. Y'all didn't know that? Think about it. Human extinction stops human suffering. It does. I know that's a hard pill for some people to swallow. Y'all don't like that. I know. I get it. That's the denial factor of humanity. But the truth is, human extinction means no more suffering. CH464 says, I'm an assistant manager. I work with people with disabilities and autism. And it's sad because their parents don't come and see them very often. That's the thing. If those people, CH464, if they would have been anti-natalist, them children would have never had to go through that. That's why I'm telling you, I can see the parent side and the children's side. I'm fair. Them poor children would never had to go through that. If their parents would have been anti-natalist, they wouldn't be in that position. They would not. They would not be in that position of suffering. They would not. You know? Them children would not. And what I'm saying, y'all, understand me. Anti-natalists don't even procreate. There's nothing in existence. If you're anti-natalist, that means you're not gonna procreate. People try to link anti-natalism and abortion. It's not the same. An anti-natalist would not have a child and get pregnant and go have an abortion. They wouldn't even have the child. They wouldn't even procreate the child to begin with. Anti-natalism means you don't even procreate to begin with. Yeah, I wouldn't go, Amazing talked about the HIPAA law. I wouldn't even go I would not go into a nursing home and film anyway. I've never done that. I'm just saying if I could film, I would, so I can show and prove a point that having a lot of kids doesn't mean that they're going to take care of you in old age, because I've seen people in nursing homes who have lots of kids and the kids are not taking care of them. They put them in a nursing home. I'm telling you what I've seen with my eyes. I ain't saying nobody's name. I ain't said no names here. I'm telling you what I've seen. Random human beings. So I'm not going to no nursing home to record nothing. I've never in my life done that. Have y'all ever seen a recording of me in a nursing home showing somebody? I've never done that. We're not going to, you won't get that from me. I'm telling you what I've seen with my own eyes. So this the whole theory of I'm having these children to take care of me. Child, please. Tell that to the people that sit in nursing homes with 5 and 6 and 7 kids. Tell that to the people in the nursing homes with all them children that they done had. It's all BS. Shout out to the people that have taken care of their parents. Because I know some people that have actually taken care of their parents in the home, not in no nursing home. I know this one family, they took care of both their mama and daddy in their house. The brothers and sisters got together, and it was really the sisters. They took care of her. They took that lady died in her home. Her children took care of her. But that's rare. I'm finna tell you, in America, that's rare. That's rare. I'm finna tell you, that's rare. That's rare. That's rare. Okay? That's rare. The sisters, they got around their mama, and they took care of that lady in her home. She died in her home happy. And I did respect them for that. I respected them for taking care of their mama in their home. Thank you, Amazing Tribe. They took care of their mama in their home. But that's something very rare that I see. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm trying to tell you that's very rare. So if you are an elderly person and you live to be old and you can take care of yourself up until the day you die in your home, you a blessed person. I'm finna tell you right now. If you hit your 80s and 90s and you pass away in your home, you done did something right in your life. Because I'm telling you, most of them are relegated to somebody's nursing home, and their million kids, it's not even checking for them. It's not even checking for them. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm trying to tell you what I know and I done seen, not what somebody done told me. I'm telling you what I seen with my own eyes. And well, Brielle, you said I would let my mom live with me until she passed away if she wanted. Well, you are a good, decent human being. You are a rarity. I'm just going to be honest and tell you you're a rarity. And may God bless you for that. May God smile upon you for that. And I mean that, because after what I done seen, may God bless you for that. Because you are a rarity. You are a rarity. I'm going to tell you right now, you are a rarity. You are a rarity. And the people I know that I'm talking about that took care of their mama in the home, they took care of their mama good. She ain't had no bed sores. She wasn't, she was fed. She was happy. I'm talking about they took care of their mama for real. The good taken care of. Not that flaw fake shit. The good taken care of. Clean, happy, healthy, well fed, no bed sores. That lady was good. Same thing with the daddy. I think he was like 90 something when he passed. The mama was almost 90. And them people got taken care of good. I'm telling you right now, they got taken care of very good. Yeah. Yep. They took care of that. I think the parents should be taken care of in the home. That's what I think. Okay? I think that parents should be taken care of very well. I told y'all I'm very humane. I'm saying this stuff, but I believe we got to treat the ones on earth in a humane fashion. If you're here, you need to be treated humanely now. Don't get it twisted. If you are on this earth, every human being needs to treat every human being in a humane. It doesn't mean you got to agree with the person. You ain't got to walk up to them and give them a hug. I ain't saying that. I'm saying simply treat the person in a humane, kind fashion. That's all I'm saying. If they're in need or sick or something like that, old, I believe elderly people, and especially young children, I believe they need to be treated humanely. I sure do. I'm not going to say that even if they was a bad parent, I still think they should be treated humanely now. I'm still going to say that now. I'm not going to sit up here and say to treat them bad. I'll never say that now. That is not, don't get it twisted, y'all. Just because I believe that, if God let humans go extinct, that don't mean I believe the ones that are on earth should be treated badly. I'm saying because people are treating each other badly on earth and are so evil, I wouldn't be mad if God made humans extinct. But that does not mean that I don't want the ones that are already here. We got to deal humanely with the ones that are already here. And I know some of them are assholes. Some of them are just ugh and get on my nerves, and I don't care to be around them. But does that mean that I would treat them inhumanely? Absolutely not. They still deserve to be treated humanely. They still deserve to be treated humanely. And elderly people need to be treated humanely. I mean, they're old and they can't do a lot of stuff. So treat them with dignity and respect. But I'm just saying, most of that's going down in nursing homes where the kids are not there taking care of their parents. So all these people thinking they're going to have kids as some type of insurance guarantee, sorry, y'all are delusional. That's not the case according to the high numbers of people that are in nursing homes. That's just not the case. Sorry. So yeah, y'all, I think I've said what I needed to say. I would like to thank everybody for taking the time to listen. If you want to support the channel, please hit my Cash App, $RashidaLala, $RashidaLala, $RashidaLala. Website, darkskinactivist.com, darkskinactivist.com.